Okay, it looks like we're live. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's December 9th. Hi, Nikita. Making dinner today. Ooh, what's for dinner? Let's see. Okay, today I'm going to start with Reverie. And it looks like the country today is Hungary. Honey cookies. I've been to Hungary. I once went to Hungary, oh dear Lord, it was in 2017. Hungary is known as one of the two countries, that started escape rooms. But before we do this puzzle, let's read the back of it. These cookies, called mezeskalaks, again pronunciation, are traditional Hungarian cookies made with honey and spices such as ginger and cinnamon. They often feature intricate motifs on top and can be used as gifts and decorations, making them a beloved treat during the holiday season. All right, that looks pretty. Okay. So yeah, I went to Hungary once because it was for an escape room thing. There was a escape room competition being held there because they were honoring the fact that some of the earliest escape rooms in the world started in Hungary. And one of the interesting things was that one of the guests for the competition was Erno Rubik, the inventor of the Rubik's Cube. He's Hungarian. And it's because it's all puzzle related, so they figured it was the similar audience. And that was interesting. That was a lot of fun. So I can say I've been there. Although I think we just saw some highlights. We visited this one Piazza Plaza that was like a monument, and then we wandered around this area near a palace for a while, but a lot of the time we were spent filming and competing in escape rooms. And I don't think we went anywhere close to the Christmas season, so I didn't get to experience these honey cookies. And you wanted to hear about my day from yesterday? I did puzzles. Well, not jigsaw puzzles. I had a friend come over. We had a let's see, I had this new home game that I agreed to review. So I had a friend come over and we played it. It was a murder mystery puzzle game. So inside the package was a bunch of like fake police files. Well, it's two police files. There's one murder. At first it was a missing person, and 20 years later they discovered the body. And so we spent time like reading through all the paperwork, reading all the interviews, acting like real police investigators and figuring out, all right, who had the motive, who had the opportunity and the means. It was fun. We created this big giant board of suspects like you see in the movies. And yeah, from there we were able to successfully figure out who it was. And so that was a fun couple of hours, and now I've got to edit all the video because they want to use it for marketing purposes. So, life of a game influencer. So hard. Oh, hey, child. Thanks for joining today. One thing I need to start getting ready is like, there's a Christmas puzzle derby, which is like most virtual puzzle contests. They send you the puzzle, you record it, and you send them the recording. But they always hold this one at Christmas time, and they always use like a new Christmas puzzle, which is kind of cool, and it's usually for charity. It's a lot of fun. I won't be allowed to post that video until the competition's over, which will be January. But so many puzzles, Christmas puzzles that I need to do. Ooh, that's a lot of thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your Tuesday with me. Let's see. So, I'm doing the Reverie puzzle today for those who just joined. And it is Hungary. And so far, the Reverie puzzles have all been really cute. Some are just darker than the others, and those aren't as easy for me because I like bright colors. But I still enjoy the little tidbit of how Christmas is celebrated in a different country. I guess it's odd that that's the only holiday that's so widely celebrated. But even where I grew up, even though it wasn't a heavily Christian country, I think like Christmas has become commercial enough that even if you're not religious, you can still have and enjoy the fun of it. I certainly that's the part I understood more when I was little because my family was not Christian, but they got a Christmas tree because I asked them for one, and they still did some gifts, not much because I don't think they really understood the traditions either. But I love Christmas puzzles because they're so pretty and there's so many of them, and advent calendars are just fun. I love watching you puzzle. Oh, thank you. That's a kind thing to say. I've tried to move the camera. I'm a little further down so that it'll be easier for people to see the details of the images. Because I'm normally working on much bigger puzzles, the 500 and 1000s, and they take up my whole table. So my camera's a lot further up usually. But these are tiny, so I want you all to be able to see the details. Okay, so that sparkly green stuff's at the top. I think when I was younger, I remember I used to make cookies. I haven't cooked much of late. Also, as I encountered more and more kitchen disasters, I've been more discouraged from cooking because I am a terrible cook. I have so many misadventures in the kitchen. Things blowing up, things burning, things just boiling away, recipes incorrectly applied. Let's see. Like one thing I used to do was to make chocolate chip cookies, but instead of chocolate chips, I put like Christmas M&Ms, because here you could buy seasonally colored M&Ms at the store. They're all like green, red, and white. And they're not perfect chocolate chips, but they work pretty well. Let's see. Okay, now we just have the blue cabinets left. At this size, I really cannot go by shape much, so I go by color. Ooh, that's a lot of thumbs up there, child. I will take that as a compliment. Okay, so this part's just all blue. Today I have an appointment with a little fitness place near my home. I've been very bad about trying to motivate myself to exercise, especially since I'm worried now about bone loss at my age. So something that worked for me when I was much younger was to pay somebody to be my accountability, essentially. I was like, because I remember having the mindset that, I paid for this time, I better work hard. So I figured maybe do an introductory appointment, see if that helps me figure out like what kind of fitness routine I need to develop, stuff like that. Hopefully it will help me. I really just want to prevent bone loss and be strong. So I've got my goals clear. And this one's done. That is really pretty. They're making little gingerbread man shapes, heart shapes, and star shapes. Okay, that's Reverie. Those cookies look delicious. They really do. Smart. I assume you're referring to as me getting accountability for fitness. All right. Yeah, I did it once when I was like in my early 20s. I was like, this is awesome, but it's really expensive. But it was so good. Like, you know, the instructor would be there like encouraging me while I lifted my weights, and because I get very intimidated in the gym. It's like I don't go often, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna hurt myself. Is other people gonna like think what is she doing here? But I really don't think they are thinking that, but it's just like fear. Okay, joke. What do you call a reindeer with bad manners? It's a bad joke. Rudolph. It's not as bad as yesterday's Christmas tree joke, but it's still pretty silly. All right. Okay. This is gonna be. It's gonna be a reindeer. The little blurb on the back for each box has always been a preview of what the picture is. Is this ball a nose or Christmas ornaments? Oh, sadly, it's a Christmas ornament. Where's his nose? Okay, I'm still waiting to the end of the week before I do a picture of this set. So we've got a few more days. In the meantime, let's see how this goes together. I have no idea. There's ears. No, there's eyes. There's some gradient, some nice brown stuff. I think this is an ear. Okay, antlers. Is this a mane? Do reindeer have manes? I know nothing about reindeer anatomy. Oh, okay. They have eyes on the side of their heads because like cows and other deer. I guess are they really prey animals though? Because I remember learning that like predators have eyes in front so that they can hunt, and prey animals have eyes on the side so they can tell if they're being hunted. But like reindeer and moose and those animals are like huge. I can't imagine them being prey. But I suppose maybe a really big polar bear? I don't know. I have no idea. What animal would eat a reindeer? A freckled reindeer? Precious. I mean, I think these spots are probably the glow in the dark paint. But it does look pretty cute, doesn't it? It doesn't have a red nose. I feel so cheated. The joke was about Rudolph, and you don't get Rudolph. I mean, I know he's a star and everything. I'm being silly. Okay. Let's see. Let's put together this part here. Okay, so the tree was yesterday. So there's a little bit of the tree bleeding into today's puzzle. And that matches that. Okay, so this is pretty high. Alright, so there's a section here that is just background. And that's going to be there. Yeah, just a regular reindeer. Not one of Santa's, or at least not the star reindeer. Okay, so the texture's over here. And voila. I have the rest of the day's puzzles over here. Let's see. Oops. Oh. There. So you can see this joins up like this. I kind of like how the pieces, the image, well, the motifs like extend into various days, so you kind of get this sense it's continuous. I like that design. So it's not just like block and block and block. It's like, oh, here the antlers from this reindeer piece, and so well, this one doesn't seem like it's anything exciting, but it's going to be the last part of the circular window. So we'll look forward to that tomorrow. Not Santa's reindeer, Tammy's reindeer. Oh, but now I need a sleigh and everything. There's a whole. That's cute. Thank you. All right, let's see. This is the other cloudberries. Let's move that under. Put that there after I finish it. Let's see. All right, let's put together that cloudberries. Everybody's enjoying this. Number 9. Oh yeah, don't forget there was a coupon from yesterday. 15% off your next order at cloudberries.co.uk with Advent, ADVENT. And joke. Have you seen Santa's new puzzle company? It really slays the competition. This is a very modern vernacular. It's like, I have a teenager and this is the kind of language they use. Slay, I would never have come up with that joke, but it works. Speaking of cloudberries, I recently took part in one of the online contests to do a puzzle toss, and I won. It was basically, I brought my puzzle to Disneyland and stood in front of one of the things and did my puzzle toss there, and they thought it was cute. So they're sending me another Christmas puzzle. They said I could choose anything from their catalog, and I saw this thing that it said Christmas mystery puzzle, and so I picked that. But when I look closer at the description, it actually just sounds like another advent calendar. So whenever that gets here, I'll have another advent calendar to add to the mix. But still, I'm very excited for it. I love all the cloudberries puzzles. It's like I don't know why they called it a mystery puzzle instead of an advent puzzle calendar, whatever it is. It's just the description of it sounded like that. So that's some, depending on when that arrives. Hopefully it arrives before Christmas, since they're going to be mailing it to me from the UK. And that's the reason why I don't do as many cloudberries as I would like, just because they're in the UK and they don't usually sell on third-party sites, so you have to buy it from them, and then you got to get them shipped. So you got to buy a lot to make get the shipping free or worthwhile. You won't be paying $20 on one puzzle. $20 on 5 puzzles? No, that's not so bad. But that means buying 5 puzzles. So I have no idea which way is up and down. Okay, here. Look, this part of the little houses again. And ooh, that reminds me of something I need to pull out. I bought this a few weeks ago, so I nearly forgot about it. Instead of a gingerbread house kit, I found a charcuterie house kit. So instead of using gingerbread and candy, I don't know what they're using for basic, probably crackers or something, and you're using cheese and preserved meats and put together. It's a charcuterie chalet, I believe is the name of the product. I thought it sounded so cute, and so I have that. I've been waiting to put it together. I need to drag it out one of these evenings. Now that I finished decorating the Christmas tree, and the house is looking a little bit festive. I think this is the way this will go, because cloudberries has a little bit of, I'm sorry, I'm off, I'm hidden by my thing again, right? I'm gonna move my chair so make sure the video is not hidden. Yeah, so I have just lost track of what I was saying. Yeah, things are festive and ready to go. I even found my puzzle ornaments to put on the tree. I'll make a video of those and share them with everybody. They're really cute. Do you all have any puzzle ornaments? Because, I mean, I think the Christmas tree decorations should just reflect the preferences of the people in that home. Okay, so we have that. There's a beautiful little glass of champagne or spiced wine going on. Let's match it up. And there's a tree. I think the use of these colored lights that go across the whole picture is pretty clever. It ties things together, gives you some kind of dimension. So okay, so we have this line here that looks like part of the table where everything is happening. All right, I'm so excited to just see how this whole thing builds. It looks like the start of an ice skating rink over here. I see a tiny little ice skate. Okay. And okay, let's bring my table closer. A log house made out of meat sticks and cheese with a cracker walking path. That sounds like a good design. I mean, we're not limited to how it looks on the box, so I'm definitely going to see what we can do with that. I don't have any puzzle ornaments, but more cat decorations that should be legal. Cat decorations. You have a cat too, right? Because cat toys are also like prolific when you have a cat. I mean, my previous dog, he loved dog toys, so we always had dog toys in every corner for him. But my current two dogs are not big fans of the toys, so we just put them in the box. Today's number 9 for what's Gitch? Yeah, the ornaments I've put up, I have some that are handmade stuff, souvenirs, things that talk about representative of hobbies. So all very personal stuff. It's not like, I mean, the department store trees, for example, are really gorgeous, where they have all balls of the same color and ribbons, and they look so fancy, but I know I could never have a tree like that. Sorry, my dogs are getting breakfast, so they're very excited. All right, I didn't look at. All right, so there's a Santa's grotto here, and number 9 is at the window where we look into where Santa is. Okay, so we have the big star himself. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna put this here so I won't. I'm gonna move my camera a little further to the side next time. I'll fix that. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have this green is probably an elf. And okay, that's so I'm seeing again on social media the whole the debate that comes up every year about what constitutes a Christmas movie. Although I saw a pretty good argument this year that for the first time was that something that just because it's set at Christmas doesn't make it a Christmas movie. The fact that it is Christmas has to affect the plot somehow. So in the case of Die Hard, the whole event takes place because everybody is in the same place. The whole hostage situation is possible because everybody is in the office at the same time at that hour, and that's only because there's a holiday Christmas party going on. Like no other time of year would have that happen. So it has to be the fact that it is Christmas is vital to the plot. So apparently that qualifies it as a Christmas movie. I mean, this whole is Die Hard Christmas movie debate has been going on forever, but I'm indifferent about it. I enjoy watching it. I'm not going to argue about whether or not it's a Christmas movie, but I think that that argument makes sense to me. So, animal sounds are my happy place. Bark, bark, bark at you. Yeah, they're just impatient. They know it's breakfast time, and they figure if they make a little more noise, they'll get it faster. And they love breakfast. And so when they come in and they get their food, they'll be silenced because they'll be busy eating. And Die Hard is 100% a Christmas movie. Yes, I agree. Oh, there they go. So, I think somebody else was saying Jurassic Park? No, one of the Jurassic Parks, not the original one, also qualifies as a Christmas movie based on some other criteria. But as I said, this is one of the many debates people love engaging in. I don't have a very good memory for movie details, so I don't think I'm qualified to debate the finer points of this kind of things, because it relies on, I think a good debate relies on very accurate point making, and if I don't remember the details, I can't make accurate points. So I will leave this to other people who prefer it more and are more skillful. Okay, so we have Santa, and we have people who look like they're visiting, and it looks entirely possible that there's a very unhappy child being handed off to Santa. Let's finish it before I make comments on it. No. Okay, so hi AB Monster. How the puzzle's going? Well, we're on the fourth puzzle of the day right now. So this is Waskitch, and I'm trying to figure out what the story is. Alright, so this is Santa's grotto. This family brought the baby to visit Santa, and it's screaming. Even the teddy bear has plugged its ears because it's so noisy. But, it's fair and valid, because when my child was little, they had no desire to be handed off to a stranger just for photos either. And they were quite, they made their preferences known, like this child. So, I think this situation is so valid and accurate. Alright, there's the box. I'll just leave everything on the table for now. Let's see. And let's get Gibsons. Okay. Today is number 9. My scissors. So yesterday we started seeing a repeated pattern. Let's see. I have the tray of those puzzles here, but I'll leave that here for now. Okay. And looks like today's shape is rectangular. It's going to be another postcard, I think. It looks very similar to the other one we did, like a storefront. That should make it a little easier. Alright, let's start with the signboard. Let's see. I'm going to assume the snow is on the top. And it's a coffee cup? No, it's a bird. I have no idea what this says yet. I think there's a Christmas in there. Christmas, alright. And it says Merry Christmas. Alright, not too surprising. Next we have, how about the sky? It reminds me of I love this packaging so much. It reminds me of Tropical Treasures. It really does. Let's move it here so you can see. Actually, yeah, it's very sturdy. and it's pretty. I think part of the reason I love Advent calendars so much is like opening a bunch of little presents. Like there's a, I really do enjoy the feeling of a new puzzle and working on it. But it's like getting the part of a new puzzle multiple times in a day. So because normally you do it once and then you have to work through a large puzzle, and that takes a few hours, which is part of the process. But Advent is like a condensed version of that experience. So I think that's a lot of fun in that. It's a coffee cup. No, it's a bird. I mean, it's like a little scoop-shaped thing. I don't know if you can see it. It's tiny. It looks like a coffee cup. Just think out loud. Alright, so we got the snow at the bottom. Okay, I think it's kind of square shaped. We've got, is there one more roof piece? Yes, it is. There it is. Alright, so yes, not that wide, and I think this is the thatching. Ooh, there's a little gable here. Okay, so the lighter blue, the bluer blue is lower down, closer to the ground, and the more purple color is closer to the sky. Let's put this in. I think it's there. Okay, and so a whole bunch of storefronts in there. Alright, let's do the green thing. Is that a wall? Is that a door? The doors perhaps? Oh, there's a Christmas tree here. And that's, nope, this way. Alright, the door. Some more roof. Oh, it's symmetrical. That's pretty. There's a big wreath here. Let's see, that goes there. There. A little bit more of the gables, I suppose. No, it's like, I think they call them Tudor styles. Oh, is this a bookstore? It's a bookstore. Lovely. It is. Reading more is one of my resolutions for next year. Alright, so Merry Christmas, open books. And yeah. So nowadays a lot of bookstores are a good place to find jigsaw puzzles, like Barnes & Noble, for example, but a lot of other like secondhand bookstores I found have also selling jigsaw puzzles, which is kind of cool. I can see it being a similar demographic. Alright, that goes here. See, the other one's also a storefront. Maybe at the end you'll have just this gradient of stores, like a little row of shops. So that's the 9 Gibsons ones that have been happening so far. These 4 shapes are ornaments, and these 2 shapes are postcards. Oh, I didn't turn this one over so we could see what's on the back. It is a postcard. There we go. See, it holds together pretty well. Okay. Let's not tip that. And we have the last Ravensburger. And I won't be offended if you run away, Nikita. But here we go. Day 9 is Australia, Sydney Opera House. And it shows the Opera House and 2 sailboats, one with an Australian flag and one with a flag I do not recognize. It's brown and 1 spot in the middle. Maybe it's the flag of the state. Sydney's a city, so not the state. I don't know which state it is in. Yeah, maybe that. I'll have to go look it up later. Alright, let's open. Okay, I'm ready to sneak a look. There we go. So why don't I delay it a little and do the edges first? And by now I should know better where everything goes. I still kind of just vaguely remember. Vaguely. This is down here because I know that bow goes on the side. This bow goes on the bottom. And I think this bow is on this side. You know what? I'm going to do something different. I'll just keep the suspense and build from the outside in. How about that? And here's that orange. And I almost never build edge first, but you know, sometimes you gotta mix it up. Okay, I think the star's on this side. Yes. Are those juniper berries? I don't really know. I never had them. I believe the only thing I know about them, I think they're used for gin. Juniper? It's used for gin? Maybe. I don't drink either. So, here's an edge, not that one. Do I have more? I feel like I'm doing this so backwards. I know I'm flipping all the pieces over like I normally do. There. And that is there. Oh, that should be brought down. That's there. Oh, my table management. If I'm going to build the outside first, I have to have the pieces away from the inside. Okay, I got it. I got it. I'm missing one. Am I just not seeing the last edge? Am I missing an edge again? Huh. I'll just put it together and see what it does. Nope. I don't hear it in the box. I do not see it over there. Oh, it does. Yes. All right. Edge complete. Let's work on the inside now. I've learned that nothing is a spoiler when you're enjoying your time. Oh, yeah, that's true. It's like you get extra of the experience. People always get so... I mean, in recent years, with the rise of prestige TV, people get really upset about spoilers. Like Game of Thrones, for example. One of the things it seems to rely upon is the shock value of something that happens in an episode. Like, oh my god, who died? What? It was so unexpected because, you know, some major character suddenly gets killed. And, you know, for example, I use Google News and it kind of figures out what you're interested in. And it sends you articles which sometimes have spoiler headlines. And my husband hated that because it's like, I don't want to find out. I haven't watched the episode yet. Now I have to watch the episode like right when it comes out. Otherwise, I get a spoiler. And that's one thing with TV. But also, I mean, that's the thing that you know nowadays. It's just that a major part of the experience is the shock. It's not just the experience of the TV show. Like, for example, Star Wars. There are things that people consider spoilers for Star Wars. Although, because Star Wars is like a 30-year-old movie, it is, or even Harry Potter. Harry Potter is like, 20 years old now. Because it's been, that makes Star Wars more older than 30 years old, like 40 years old. Anyway, you get my point. When something's that old, it's okay that you spoil it because people, it's not fair to say you can't ever talk about this surprising thing just because it might spoil it for someone. But I'm like, it's also that you can enjoy the experience of it, even if it's spoiled. And if it's not enjoyable just because it's spoiled, then it feels a little hollow, doesn't it? So here we have Sydney, and there's a Christmas tree. Have they been putting like little Christmas things in each picture? I think they have. Yeah, I still don't know what. Oh, the boats are filled with Christmas presents. It's adorable. I suppose Santa maybe, and the elves are piloting those boats. It's Sydney. They come by boat. Totally acceptable. And let's see. Alright, let's see if I can try and put that away in the box and not cause a disaster. Well, back in the day, you had to watch it live and then everyone discussed it the next day at school or work, so you got spoiled because the rerun wouldn't come up for 6 months. Oh, that's such a good point. Nowadays with streaming, people can wait a few days before they get around to watching something. And back then, like, everybody at 8 o'clock was in front of the TV to get it. And that makes more sense. There's like there's a cultural shift there with that technology change. Oh. Alright, I don't think I can pick this one up without... No, I can do it. Yes, I got it. So at any rate, you have seen the picture. America Cups boats probably. Oh, that makes sense. And so, but it's still fun to put together, Nikita. So hope you enjoy that. And well, today went pretty fast. I think because I actually feel it's the Reverie puzzle. That one usually takes me a long time, and half of the pictures have so far been really dark, and I'm slow with those. And today's also a light day since we're not doing the shorter advent calendars. But yes, we are done. These ones hate being lifted. They really do. They're a little bit looser. It's a challenge. I don't know if you saw my reel from yesterday where I pick up like 25 different jigsaw puzzles that I've done. Super fun puzzles today again. Yes, they are. It starts off the day in a fun way, doing a bunch of small, easy puzzles, and they're all pretty, and also having people to chat with. So thank you all of you for joining in and for chatting. Yes, I hope everybody has a great day, and I hope to see you tomorrow, same time. And that's that. Thank you. And I gotta put everything away. Because if I have all these puzzles out here, I won't be able to do any other puzzles. Oh, thank you, Diana, darling. Enjoyed the review. Yeah, I was surprised that when I ran out of foam boards and I had to put them away again. I was like, did I just do this? Okay, I'm going to log off now. Bye.